Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. Cases, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
It It is the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Happy Friday to you. Zach Burke is behind the glass, keeping us on the air, as he does every weekday. We go live on YouTube, high noon Eastern time, and then available wherever you get your podcasts as well. On this fun Friday, boy, am I having a lot of fun. We're going to talk about Aroldis Chapman needing to win the Cy Young this year. I know it might surprise you, but we're going to go through the numbers and prove to you exactly why he is the deserved winner for this year. We will also talk about Bill Belichick banning the New England Patriots from the North Carolina practice facility. Oh, no. Wouldn't want to be shut out from getting those guys from North Carolina. We'll talk to you about exactly why Bill Belichick is doing that and why this is one of his great forms of pettiness. And then we'll do a little Mount Rushmore. We did Mount Rushmore last Friday. Let's do it again this Friday, too. We did worst football movies last Friday. How about worst baseball movies to kick off your weekend this weekend with myself and Zach? All that and more coming up on this episode of The Cam Show. But we start where we start. It's in the thumbnail. That's where we go, fellas, okay? And ladies, right? That is where we start. Aroldis Chapman, that is. He was supposed to be washed. This was supposed to be just taking a flyer on a guy who was something. I remember when he threw hard 10 years ago? Instead, 37-year-old Aroldis Chapman is the best pitcher in the league. Certainly the best closer. He's still throwing hard, but Chapman is as good as he's ever been. He's been legitimately unhittable. Like, seriously, he has not given up a hit since July 23rd. July 23rd. One of my best friends from high school brought his baby to my engagement party last weekend. That baby has not been alive when Aroldis Chapman has given up a hit. Has never seen it. He was born a couple hours later on July 23rd. But he hasn't given up a hit in a month and a half. In 2025, he has the best ERA of any reliever in the league at 1.12. The best whip in the majors at 0.79. And opponents are hitting 138 against him. 138 for the whole year. The OPS is about 200. The OPS. And what is truly one of the great career resurgences we've ever seen for a pitcher, ever. The way it clicked for him is insane. Insane. Like, the thing that went off in his head, how we got there, is nuts. Because look, like, we can joke about the Red Sox and their organizational philosophy and how dumb a team they can be at times, because they still are at times a pretty dumb team. But it was the seventh team of Aroldis Chapman's career that finally gave him this advice. Buster Olney had this story the other day. It was a game early in the season. Connor Wong got on the pitch comm and told Chapman, fastball inside corner. Chapman was stunned. He goes back to the dugout. He tells Wong, he tells pitching coach Andrew Bailey, I've never done that before. He had never tried to locate a fastball. For 15 major league seasons, he was just throwing 100 and just hoping and praying it would land over the plate. At age 37, the guy with the fastest recorded pitch in Major League history finally learned how to become a pitcher, not just a thrower. Now, he's unleashed. He's given up 6 earned runs in 54 innings all year. 16 straight outings, 46 consecutive batters, 0 hits. Tarek Skubal isn't doing that. Garrett Crochet isn't doing that. I know not all things are created equal when it comes to closers versus starters, but they're not doing that. The Cy Young Award, the most prestigious award for any pitcher in baseball, is not for the best starting pitcher in baseball. It's for the best pitcher in baseball, not the best starter. I've got news for you. Aroldis Chapman is the best pitcher in baseball. He is the most intimidating and the most effective pitcher in Major League Baseball in 2025. Full stop. The magnum opus of relief pitcher seasons is Eric Gagne in 2003. He's the last reliever to win the Cy Young. So why don't we compare it to that, shall we? Gagne was used way more than Chapman in that year. So the counting stats are all him. You've got him. But Chapman's ERA of 1, yes, 1.00 is better than Gagne's in that year. And his ERA plus is 82 points higher than Gagne's that year. 82 points. Chapman has been 319% better than the league average pitcher this year. 319%. This is the segment of repeating stats just so you believe me. Because here at one time, you might not settle in. That's how much better he's been than everybody else. Tarek Skubal and Garrett Crochet, a little up and down the last couple of starts. Aroldis Chapman, steady as you like. Of course, we know how this is going to go. Skubal gave up 6 runs in his last outing and was only tabbed for 1 earned run. Gave up a grand slam and was tabbed for 1 earned run. I know it's technically possible, but for all intents and purposes, that's impossible. Someone's getting screwy there. And we want Tarek Skubal to win the Cy Young. So I'm going to go beyond just the Gagne season. I'm going to go to the time before that a relief pitcher won the Cy Young. 1992. Our man, Dennis Eckersley, one of my favorite baseball broadcasters ever, and yeah, a damn good pitcher. And when Eckersley won the Cy in 1992, he was, wait for it, a 37-year-old closer. Sound familiar? This is as apples to apples as we are going to be able to get when it comes to comparing Aroldis Chapman with pretty much any pitcher. A Cy Young winner, a 37-year-old closer, 1992. In those years, Chapman's ERA is nearly a full run better than Eck. A full run, 1 to 1.91. And his ERA plus is 230 points higher than Eckersley's that year. He's 82 points higher on the ERA plus in the greatest relief season of all time, and he's 230 points higher in the ERA plus than the next best, according to awards, right? Chapman isn't just the best pitcher in baseball this year. He's having one of the greatest seasons a relief pitcher has ever had, and we're witnessing it in real time. 1-run lead, totally safe. He doesn't give up hits. 2-run lead, it's impossible to come back. He hasn't had a multi-run outing in 3 months. He's as automatic as it gets. He's an absolute bull out there. He's still throwing 100 miles an hour. His slider's as effective as it's been in almost 10 years, man. Still throws 100. Still has the devastating stuff. Aroldis Chapman could have gone down as one of the greatest pitchers who ever lived if someone had just taught him how to pitch. It took Connor Wong and Andrew Bailey to tell him to dot the fastball. Hey, Aroldis, you can even throw 100 rather than 102, but if it's right on the black, they're not going to be able to hit it. They're not going to know what hit him. The only problem that Chapman has had throughout his career was control. It wasn't giving up homers. It wasn't losing ticks on his fastball, although he has. He's gone down from 105 to 100. Whoa. That part was never the issue. It was just control. In fact, I went to a game back in 2017, Red Sox-Yankees at Fenway, where the Red Sox were down a run going into the ninth. The Yankees brought in Chapman, and the Red Sox walked it off. They didn't even get a ball out of the infield. Only one guy put the ball in play in that inning, and they won on a bases-loaded walk to Andrew Benintendi. That was the only issue he had. And it's amazing that someone didn't get in his ear earlier and say, hey, Aroldis, you notice how some of these guys go up there, they don't even take the bat off their shoulder? And you throw 103-mile-an-hour fastballs wide. If you throw it 100, they're still not going to take the bat off their shoulder. And if you throw it for a strike, you're going to get them out. He needed to be 37 for someone to tell him that. Year 16 in the major league, someone needed to tell him that. Apparently, Connor Wong and Andrew Bailey are good for something, man. They have orchestrated one of the great pitching seasons we've ever seen. 37 ain't too late to learn. Give this man the hardware. I don't need to overthink it, man. He's been the best pitcher in baseball this year. I don't often give it to myself. I don't often give it to a reliever. Not that they're asking my opinion. But this would be a year to do it. Aroldis Chapman, lights out. As unhittable as we've seen a pitcher for an extended length of time in quite some time. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Is this Aroldis Chapman's time to win the Cy Young Award? Because, guys, you're going to have to come up with something pretty crazy for me to think he shouldn't win it. I don't think he will because they'll give it to Skubal, but he should win it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're live on YouTube every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then available wherever you get your podcasts as well. Get in the comment section now. We'll do some live comments throughout the show if you're watching live on YouTube. And I'm Cam Stewart, your host. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. Check out the other videos on the channel, talking a lot of Red Sox, Bruins, everything else going on in the world of Boston sports, that you don't have to listen to Boston Sports Talk Radio. We don't want that. Coming up next, we will talk about Bill Belichick and how it relates to the New England Patriots and his ban on his former team. Why is he doing this? Why is this good for the Patriots? And why could we have seen this coming the whole time? That is coming up next. But first, before we get there, I want you to not let one bad leg haunt your parlay. Parlays turn into payouts, and now even near misses won't haunt your bet. Yes, the NFL season is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is rewriting the rules with Ghost Leg, a new game-changing promotion that turns all close calls into cold, hard cash. Best of all, it's available to all DraftKings customers. Here's how it works. Build any 3+ leg pregame parlay on Sunday, apply your Ghost Leg token, and if one leg loses, DraftKings makes it vanish like it never existed and pays you out in cash for the rest. Last season, over 30 million parlays were lost by a single leg. About 29 million came from me. This year, Ghost Leg gives those busted bets a second life. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code CAMSHOW. That's code CAMSHOW, CAMSHOW, to unlock Ghost Leg, the promotion that makes one bad leg disappear and pays you out in real cash. Ghost your losses. Get your payout in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. When we come back, why is Bill Belichick banning the Patriots, and why didn't we see this coming before? That's next on The Cam Show.
We'll be right back after these quick words from our sponsors. This is Rogue Media Network.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoAAALUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com.
And now, back to our show.
Back to our show, the Cam Show on Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke behind the glass, keeping us on the air as he does 5 days a week. Man, Zach is working overtime on this Friday. I'll tell you what. We will hear from him in the third segment when we Mount Rushmore our worst baseball movies of all time. And this will spark some debate. So you're going to want to stick around for that because people are going to be angry about some of our picks, I would say. But it's football season, man. Patriots this Sunday. Raiders, let's go. Let's get it on. Honestly, I have not heard a lot of buzz around this game, even though there's some optimism about this team. And as much as I love the Patriots, I think that's a good thing because that means people are in on this Red Sox team. Like, normally, even the Mac Jones years, like this was for like 3 weeks straight leading up to the season opener, it would have been exclusively Patriots talk. But now it's not. Roman Anthony gets hurt. It's a big deal. And now the Red Sox are part of it. But anyway, I am excited for the Patriots season to start. They will be in Foxborough on Sunday. I guarantee you where they won't be in the next couple of months. And that's Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Because if Bill Belichick has anything to say about it, they are not going to be there. This is stupid, but we're doing it anyway. Bill Belichick just made this personal. The greatest coach in the history of the sport has banned the New England Patriots from his new digs at North Carolina. 31 NFL teams, you want to come on down? Go ahead. Patriot scouts, hit the bricks. This isn't just pure pettiness, folks. This is calculated payback from the GOAT. One UNC staffer told the Globe this week, why would we let them in our home after how he's been treated since he left? To anyone who's still surprised by this, where have you been? Where have you been, man? Like, this is par for the course. Why would you expect anything different than this? You know? This is like when you date a girl and she just nonstop talks shit about her ex and how awful this guy was. And you're thinking, hell yeah, man. I'm so in. She hates this guy. She loves me. That's the way it's going to be. No. You are that guy. At least you will be pretty soon. This reminds me of like when RG3 allegedly went from Cleveland, from Washington, and was ready to give up all their plays, their whole playbook. And the Cleveland coaches who needed any advantage they could get at the time were thinking, that's a red flag. Because what about when he does that to us? One of the reasons we love Bill is because of how he treated the Jets. He hated the Jets. Never traded with them, kept his starters in during blowouts against them. His main two goals in New England were win as many Super Bowls as humanly possible and beat the ever-living shit out of the New York Jets twice a year. He wanted to pummel them so bad for 2 decades, they wish they never even started the franchise. And he did. But now it's Bob Kraft's turn. Does Kraft deserve this? I mean, he's not been the most flattering to Bill. And I don't think Belichick gives 2 shits about a statue. I've done shows on this before. I've been on record with it. I think the way that the Krafts have handled the Belichick thing is sad. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. The whole 10-part Apple documentary series to prove just how great the Krafts were and how Belichick didn't have anything to do with this. In fact, Belichick was a hindrance to him. You remember the quotes, oh, you know, I got to deal with my asshole coach. That asshole coach made this franchise what it was. Yeah, good luck hiring another Pete Carroll Instead, you hired Bill Belichick. And you're now one of the great franchises in the history of sports because of him and because of Tom Brady. And I'm not fucking playing a game on who did it more. I think that's the stupidest argument ever. And I can't believe people are still doing it. But like, let's be honest, man. The smear campaign, the documentaries, it's bullshit. Most Patriots fans saw that for what it was. And it was gross seeing Belichick smeared like that when he made this franchise what it was. Is this whole thing beyond petty? Of course it is. This is all about Bill. He and Mike Lombardi were going into living rooms peddling this bullshit dream to parents about how their son would play for the 33rd NFL franchise. You come here, we'll get your boy to the NFL if he has the chops. And now they're actively denying that same player the opportunity to play for an NFL team. No doubt there are players on that roster who could have played for better college football coaches, but said no so that they could play for this NFL feeder team. I got news for you. There are 130 other FBS Division I football teams who make their players eligible for 32 NFL teams. Not 31. You are actually at a statistical disadvantage to make the NFL if you're playing for North Carolina over any other FBS program in America. That's just the stats. All the other coaches, as far as I know, as far as any of us know, are not blocking certain NFL teams from coming there. Although give Deion Sanders a little bit of time. He'll get that. But you tout this 33rd NFL franchise, and then you say, well, actually, you can't go to this team. We're not letting their scouts come in the building. What a joke, man. That's a joke. So honestly, maybe he's a lot like the other college football coaches. Maybe that's the way we need to look at it, right? He fits right in. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit if you go to the NFL. He's going to peddle all the same bullshit Dabo Swinney or Ryan Day or Steve Sarkisian will sell you. This wasn't about going back to his hometown, which was Annapolis for decades until this year, and all of a sudden it's North Carolina. Boy, that's home, Chapel Hill. Wasn't about that. This wasn't about reaching the younger player and developing. This was about Bill. Brand Bill. Nothing else. I'm going to have my son do the work. I'm going to stick it to my old boss. And I'm going to hang out here with my piece of ass girlfriend and live in a town crawling with piece of ass replacements when she gets too old next year. For 25 years, he was playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. Check fucking mate. He did it again. Oh, and one last thing. The Patriots have won 8 games over the last 2 years. We don't need any more dog shit players from dog shit football teams. We'll take them from the team that just beat your ass 10 ways to Sunday. So, Bill, thank you. Thank you for eliminating the temptation of Patriot scouts to go and get someone from your dog shit football team. We're beyond that. We've milked the udder of North Carolina till its last drop with Drake May. We don't need any of that shit anymore. What a joke, man. How about you worry about losing games by less than 4 fucking touchdowns before you start banning NFL teams from your facility? What an idiot. I mean, no, he's the greatest, and I fucking love Belichick. But come on. Seriously? The Jets are going to be there? The Jets are going to go and scout your players? Now everything's fine with the Jets. Yeah. It wasn't for 25 years, but now it is because you got someone else to hate. Is it petty? Yeah. But that's the same that's the same pettiness we championed for 2.5 decades when he was winning with us. So what can we say? He was petty against the Jets. He was petty against the media. He was petty against the NFL. And now he's going to be petty against Robert Kraft. He's probably petty against Tom Brady. It's probably why he left. So we can't put that up on a pedestal for 20 years and then say, well, now this is bullshit. He is what he is. He's always been, And now he's in his Leo DiCaprio. Make a dick ton of money and ditch them when they turn 25. He's in the right spot. They weren't crawling around Foxborough and North Attleboro and Mansfield. They are around Chapel Hill and Durham and Raleigh, Winston-Salem. All right there. Plenty of youngsters for Bill to be a creep with. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you surprised by this? Are you mad about this? Let me know in the comment section below. And then be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because all we're doing is bringing you nothing but Boston sports content 5 days a week, live on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air. Check out the other videos on the channel, talking all kinds of Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, everything else going on in the world of Boston sports that you don't have to listen to Boston Sports Talk Radio. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some movies, okay? We're going to do a little kind of reverse Mount Rushmore. Rushmore's supposed to be the greats. This is not going to be that, but it's going to be a lot of funny, and it's going to stir up some controversy, I guarantee it. But before we get there, game on. Week 1 is here, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football, okay? It's first touchdown fireworks, anytime touchdown rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift, because at DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CAMSHOW. That's code CAMSHOW, CAMSHOW, and get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. You know I love that. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777. I just did that in kind of the wrong cadence. Or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. Coming up next, myself and Zach Burke, we go over the Mount Rushmore of suck when it comes to baseball movies. The answers might surprise you. That's next on The Cam Show.
We'll be right back after these quick words from our sponsors. This is Rogue Media Network.
When you learn a language with Babbel, you start a journey that takes you further and further. Anytime and anywhere you wish. It's easy and fun. Broadens your horizons and keeps your brain fit. A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
BadCreditLoans.com is a pioneering service provider that has carved a reputation in the financial industry for its dedication to helping individuals with bad credit secure loans. By making timely repayments, borrowers can gradually repair their credit history, thereby increasing their chances of securing better loan terms in the future. BadCreditLoans.com serves as a beacon of hope for those with bad credit. Simple, fast, and reliable loan application process. And its commitment to responsible borrowing makes it a trusted partner in the journey towards financial stability.
Did you know nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more resultless create trading opportunities every day? All you need is a little help to reach out and take them. It doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring. Subscribe now, and we'll skyrocket your portfolio today.
OsleyMD.com. I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again. OsleyMD.com.
And now, back to our show.
Back here on the Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. It's Friday, so we get a little fun, man. We get a little fun. That's what we do, Zach. We're all about fun. You know me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm I'm a lot shorter than you today. I'm either like very close to the camera.
I can back up.
No, you're fine. It doesn't bother me.
Dude,
that
I
much.
need to update the people, by the way. We
Go
talked
ahead.
about this at the end of the show yesterday.
Yeah.
The whole modern era thing.
Yes. Okay. I meant to reply back, and then I have a day where I'm producing Pete and
No,
Murphy and
this is
everybody,
good. This is good. We want to do it on the show. Yeah, I did text Zach about it this morning. I'm watching another video. It's about the Commanders, and they're talking about Jaden Daniels, and they start comparing. It's all about the Commanders rebrand, to put it into context, which does suck. I think we all agree. And he's talking about jersey sales and why nobody wants these jerseys because they're dumb, they're stupid, they're boring. And he puts Jaden Daniels' rookie year side by side with RG3's. And, RG3 wins rookie of the year as well. And his jersey sales like explode. And I saw this too in Massachusetts. There were people wearing RG3 jerseys. And he starts talking about in 2024, that doesn't happen with Jaden Daniels. And he says, and this is at a time where the NFL is the biggest entity there is in all the sports, in all corners of our life. There's the NFL. I'm like, bro, it was like that in 2012. Like, trust me. In fact, it's been this way for a while. I was alive in 2012. I was in high school. I very much remember nothing came close to the NFL and hasn't for decades. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like, bro, it's not even 30 years ago. That was 13 years ago. And we were there. Like, you can't just throw this shit out there and not expect us to be ombudsman here. But
yeah, why do you think, is it just that we are to that point where we are the elder statesmen and so things like that get to us?
I mean, I guess I'm not even 30. I'm not even 30 yet.
No, I get that. I don't understand how, again,
weird, man. I don't think the NHL was overtaking the NFL in 2012. I don't think that was happening.
When in our lifetimes has the NFL not been top dog?
It hasn't, man. It genuinely hasn't.
I'm trying to think if maybe there was a time briefly in the late 80s when I was still alive, but I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I grew up in a time where it's the best time to ever be a Red Sox fan too. So, and the Red Sox were always the first team in town. And so I'm born into that, but at the same time, the Patriots won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. And in short order, the Patriots became everything in the Boston sports landscape. Everything.
True.
So anyway, just wanted to do that. I was just going to talk about baseball.
I know, but we'll just add kind of to that in a way, but that football was still king. I remember the home run, being alive and watching the home run race between Sosa and McGuire, and them talking about that reinvigorating baseball. So even in 98, they knew they were trying to catch up with football.
Yeah.
So I don't get that, but yeah. So here's the thing. I took a bunch of liberties today. And you saw what I
What happens when you let Zach run the show? That's
fine. So I have a feeling that you're going to have some movie. Have you seen everything that I at least presented? Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to then theme some and get cute. Here's also, I just want to share as a brief add-on. I decided to use Chat GPT for help on some of these. And it turned out bad, so I'm not going to use all of them, but I am going to throw out just so you can see what Chat GPT thinks before I go into the other one.
Okay.
On one of them, I found my new favorite movie poster for it. But anyway.
Okay.
There's a lot of baseball movies. I think, at least for me, when we were talking about it this morning and we were trying to figure out if we wanted to do baseball or basketball, I feel like there are more baseball movies in general. And there are a lot of great baseball movies. I think of things like Bull Durham that I love. I really enjoy Field of Dreams, although I wonder why there are no African-American players that show up to play, but that's neither here nor there. But I mean, I know
you might have read that book I was just listening to on audio. This guy did a book about, and I'm not saying what I'm about to say, I'm not accusing you of, so don't take it that way.
Yeah.
But I was listening to this book, and the guy goes through every major baseball movie and kind of how it relates to American life, when it came out at the time, what these things represent. It's pretty good. It's a good book. But he gets to like the late 80s, and for lack of a better term, Zach, and I'm not one who just throws this out there, you know this, but it starts to feel a little woke. It starts to feel a tad bit woke. Like he starts like nitpicking these things. Like he goes in on the Marla Hooch character in A League of Their Own. And I'm like, and the whole chapter is about like, oh, we didn't make it far enough. And I'm like, dude, that is like a really good movie. Like A League of Their Own, like it's a really good female empowerment movie that they definitely addressed the issues at the time. And it comes out in 1992. Like, you know what I mean? Like we weren't even having this discussion. You know what I mean? And
no, that's true.
And so like it gets to these things. He does it with The Sandlot too. And he's just like really in on classism and racism, and like obviously these need to be addressed, but like you're like now you're doing it for a movie about kids playing baseball. You know what I mean? Like some things can just be left to history class.
Yeah, well, see, I think that those like you can apply those more to a story that is attacking those things more. Like I don't you know what I mean? Like not to say that you can't throw it in, but
can we just like note that like for the time, I mean, Sandlot comes out in what, 94, 93, and the hero, really, the kind of icon of the movie is Benny the Jet Rodriguez. You know, there wasn't a lot of Latino kids who were the stars of movies either. You know what I mean? And and so it's like, if we're going to get into the virtue signaling and we're going to do that, then can we at least show that there's some good things here? You know, the same thing with A League of Their Own. It's like that movie it's first off, it's a great movie. Like it's a fantastic movie. And like, if we're going to be like, oh, League of Their Own, that's so hurtful to women. I'm like, really? Like that's the angle we're going to take. Anyway, we're way off topic and we're running out of time.
She wouldn't have dropped the ball, by the way.
She would not have dropped the ball.
She would not have dropped the ball.
Maybe that's the motherly instinct that we cannot escape. We cannot escape that theme in movies.
So I thought I would try to be like cute on some of these. If my matchup screen. Oh, thank you. I needed to hear that on this Friday. And so our first matchup that I'll throw out there is our Chat GPT matchup screen of Trouble with a Curve. Yeah. Or
Thomas Ian Nicholas, who's roughly Clint Eastwood's age in that AI photo.
Yeah, here, let's go back. See, I'm going to, some of these, the AI just look better, but yeah, our first matchup, Trouble with a Curve.
Dude,
Rookie of the Year.
This is really tough, man.
I mean, it comes to throwing a baseball. It was tough for me to put Rookie of the Year on this list because I absolutely love it, but it is not the only movie on this list that I enjoy. And we'll get to the other one.
Okay. So my thoughts, I hate Rookie of the Year.
What?
As we've talked about, I think Little Big League is so much cooler.
Honestly,
and Thomas Ian Nicholas, he's annoying to me. He's an annoying kid.
He did that. He was a kid in King Arthur's Court after this with Kate Winslet, by the way.
Yeah.
But
shout out Kate Winslet, man.
Yeah.
So
a fan of the Cam Show.
So that has been noted. That has been noted, and I'm a huge fan of her ass. And her acting. She's a really good actress too. I can't just get rid of all that credit I had talking about A League of Their Own. She is a great actress, but damn, what a behind. I don't like Rookie of the Year. I don't. But as we talked about a lot with the football movies last week, it is what it is. It is a kid's movie, and it's a perfectly fine kid's movie. Trouble with the Curve, the fact that Clint Eastwood's in that, one of the greatest and most accomplished actors and directors in our great history, like that sucks. That movie sucks. Like my dad likes it because he doesn't know what's a good or a bad movie. But like that movie sucks, and
I did not enjoy it at all.
And it's like totally ridiculous. And the kid who is supposed to be unlikable is such a fucking turd. And it's like doesn't take anything that Clint Eastwood's good at. So it's like it's almost like he's trying to do $1 Million Baby, but just completely fucking mailing it in. So for me, I've got to put. So we're putting the worst ones on there. It's got to be Trouble with the Curve. For me, that's worse.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
It's trying to be so serious. It's almost like you would think that when they made it, they tried to like make it for an Oscar.
No, Oh, for sure. No,
Which is
there's like
so
a lot of
dumb.
other ones like in this category that I also like thought about doing. Of like just the funny, well, I'd say because Trouble with the Curve's not funny, it's more of a drama, but you know what I mean, like just the not so, I don't know, like Others Fall in a more baseball movie, but it just was not, again, like enjoyable to me at all to watch. Like at least with Rookie of the Year, I get Hot Ice, and I get like a Ray Charles appearance, and I get Not Crazy Gary Busey, and it's just,
Which is kind of weird, by the way. If you're gonna be Gary Busey, just be crazy.
I don't know. I enjoy Not Crazy Gary Busey, but I like it's fun. It's childhood to me. It's not good. I get it. It's not good. And the premise of it is dumb. I completely understand that too. I'm trying to just to do art on the fly, but I think that there's some more nostalgia to it, to me at least. And so like I'm for sure going to agree with you and say that it's Trouble with the Curve, because there we go. I mean, the actors aren't bad, like, you know, Eastwood,
Timberlake,
Amy Adams, Timberlake, but just
there's just nothing, like it's not entertaining nor dramatic enough to be what it is.
Yeah. Nope, I completely agree with you. All right, so I kind of kept themes and going with it, and let's stay with movies of baseball and kids. And I know it's a weird thing to say,
of baseball, sure.
It involves, it's all about baseball, but also children. And we're going to do a story that involves how a child's interest in a team really like drives a season, because there's a big hook on the line for it. And against a story of how a man learns to become a better coach and a better person by being the coach of an inner city team. And that is, let's do our Chat GPT one first. Angels in the Outfield and Hardball were vaguely like Keanu Reeves, and
Kinda, a little bit.
And it put Danny Glover front and center on Angels in the Outfield, or our actual movie posters there. But yeah, so Angels in the Outfield versus Hardball. And I know that we talked about it. I'll kind of start on this one. I know we talked about it some. It might have been when we talked about the football movies.
I think it was, We're talking about Gridiron Gang.
Yeah, that was a movie that it was movie night, Friday night. I don't know if you guys did the same thing up in Massachusetts when you were in junior high, but it's the cool.
Yeah, man.
Like, go out with your friends to the movies. Yeah. And I know that is one we went and we saw. And I know that 13-year-old, I might have been older, I don't know, maybe Zach teared up when G-Baby gets shot and killed. And you want to talk about what led a bunch of, country kids in the middle of nowhere to be singing the Notorious B.I.G. for at least months afterwards. It was hard.
Yeah, there it is.
In the scheme of things, it's not really that good of a movie.
That's like, the problem, though. Yeah, that's the issue here.
That's obviously why it's on this list. It's more of, I think, of a character development movie, and trying the growth of Keanu, and him learning that he not betting on games and finding what's more important. It's that story than it is more about the baseball. And I get it. It's fine, but it's not that good of a movie against Angels in the Outfield, which again, kids movie. I know what it is going into it, but what kind of an asshole dad, first off, is
they just get and say, be the worst fucking person,
He's like, I really, Dad, I miss you. I love you. I want nothing more than for us to be a family again. And for you as a father to be like, yeah, sure, when our shitty baseball team does something good, and then just drive off.
And then when they
Harley,
do something good,
still don't do it. You're going to make the coach.
He's like, shit, they're in a 1-game playoff. I've got to ditch this kid. I have to legally ditch this kid now.
You're going to let the manager take in, you and your foster brother. Man. Also, you talked about, like, I forgot until you brought it up the other day of how, with Tony Danza, they're just like, oh, he's got sick. They just drop it. Yeah. So, as fun and heartwarming as that's supposed to be, and I think this is the problem with some Disney movies a lot, if you think about it too much, is there's a lot of loose ends and a lot of shitty things that still happen there. He doesn't get the happy ending. Technically, I guess he does. Danny Glover's his new dad now.
Yeah.
That's what we all wanted. But your favorite, the guy that he's grown to love, that he does really view kind of as that father figure who wants to, is going to die on him in 6 months.
Okay, so
and you found him to be a liar, by the way, too.
So I watched Angels in the Outfield recently when I was high, and as I predicted, that rocks. Like it's a really good way to watch it.
Have you thought about watching Angels in the Infield?
I have thought about it. Hasn't come to fruition.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't make it.
And my pick is going to be hardball, just because.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, it's going to be hardball. It's just not as fun for me as Angels in the Outfield is. And this isn't even really this doesn't really take a hold on my pick here, but something I really respect about Angels in the Outfield, it is a remake. I don't know if you know that. But there was one about the Pittsburgh Pirates in the early 50s. And in that, the crotchety manager falls in love with one of the writer who's a woman. I know, crazy.
Okay.
And they end up adopting the kids, living happily ever after. I like that somehow in a Disney movie in 1992, they don't force Danny Glover into a love story. I actually really like that.
Fair enough.
But no, I'm just more entertained by Angels in the Outfield. It is more ridiculous. It's more campy. But for me, it's more of a fun watch. Just is. Like, hardball's good. I like hardball. I do. They both have really sad moments, right? Yeah. Obviously with G-Baby and the kid, I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt getting ditched, like that's horrible, man. But I'm going with hardball going on the list because I like Angels in the Outfield better.
Fine. There he goes. I'll go ahead.
Maybe
and
that's just me, well, I was going to say me not being a city kid, but I mean, the other kids were wardens of the state in Anaheim. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and look
I'm such an American League guy.
It takes a lot to build a baseball team.
Two Best Actor Oscar winners in that film.
And
neither is Danny Glover or Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who are both really good actors in their own right.
Then hold on, let me think.
Best Actor. One has, I think, won it twice.
Matthew McConaughey's won.
Yep.
And the other one would be, is he on the team?
Yep.
Like a player? Yep. Oh, Adrian Brody?
Yep. How about that, man?
Yeah.
Plus Tony Danza and
that's a
Christopher Lloyd. I mean, Christopher Lloyd, great actor.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun one. There are these movies where you go back and you watch, like, he's in that. That's a fun one. Angels in the Outfield. Our next one to get to, there's not a lot of movies about making baseball teams, but I kind of made these work. I don't know who ChatGPT thinks is in this movie. It thought the first time it was Scott Bakula and it would be correct, but the second time it got it wrong. Because that kind of looks more like Ty Burrell from Modern Family. But Major League, I do love how they put them all in Twins jerseys. But it's
a movie about the Twins, kind of.
It's Major League 3 Back to the Minors versus Moneyball. And I think I know where we're going to go with this, but I do have a gripe with Moneyball of why it's not a good baseball movie.
So I'm gonna let you get to that. For me, Moneyball is the best baseball movie. So I just wanted to put that out there, but go ahead.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. I love Moneyball. I enjoy Moneyball. I think Moneyball is a good movie. But, and this is more kind of we talked about with football, of where sometimes the truth is just used in a speck of way. Mm-hmm. This is a movie that I think angers me more, or I dislike and think less of more as a big time baseball fan. If I didn't know the full story of the Oakland A's, I could fully appreciate all of it more. But it's the fact that it leaves out 3 just pitchers that were on an absolute tear at the time, or multiple all-stars. And it makes it sound more of just like this. Yeah, makes it sound more of like this ragtag, like bad news bear bunch of, just because we leaned into statistics and we got somebody to move to first base, which never happens. Cam, we could never
that's honestly, that's the part that bothers me the most, more so than leaving the guys out, is like playing it up like this this is some ridiculous thing. I bet any catcher who's ever played would tell you, yeah,
It
I switched to
happens
first
all
base in
the
a second.
exactly.
Like, no problem. And
Like,
it's probably the easiest one to play. Not that it's just easy to pick up a new position at the major leagues, but like you've seen who plays first base. You know what I mean? Like it can be done.
I don't think we're going to like, I just more than anything wanted to make my point on that of how that's the part of Moneyball that gets to me, as if I'm going to, I have to be a man of principle.
All right. If we're out here making points, then can I just make a point real quick?
Make a point, yeah.
I just look at
Is that Kate Winslet?
Yeah. And the low definition doesn't do it justice. So let's see.
I'm waiting for like a crop.
Look, I'm appreciating her for who she is, not just the backside. But I will say, Zach, she has said before that she is ready to embrace her backside. Like, and that's what I really love. Okay. She said she calls her bum massive, and she's ready to appreciate that. And I've been appreciating that. So
no, well, I'm here for it too. You know what else I heard? I think she agrees with us and would have
Major
League 3 is.
I mean, we've actually talked about Major League 3 on this show not that long ago. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. None of it makes sense. It's so lazy.
I just wanted to.
Walton Goggins, pretty early Walton Goggins though.
That's true. And Corbin Burton, he's not bad.
Yeah.
Here's
gotta be the best actor.
So here's my favorite one, and I'm actually going to start with my picture that I made before we get to the ChatGPT one. The rookie versus summer catch, which I think we'll have a very fun debate here. But what I love is ChatGPT, Jacket Man,
the
Jacket Man.
That's so good, man. That's going to be one of these new age horror movies.
Jacket Man. Well,
yeah, from the creators of Five Nights at Freddy's, we bring you.
And Popeye the Slayer Man. That is honestly a thing. He says, I am what the woman screams. Mike and I watched the trailer the other day. She's like covered in blood and visceral and all that. And she's crying, why are you like this? And he honestly says, I am what I am. Because why not? We made a Popeye movie. But so even as a kid, and I might be the only one here, but even as a kid, I did not enjoy watching The Rookie. I get it's a cool story. I don't want to knock the actual.
By the way, he divorced his wife while he was in the minors.
Well, see, that's not covered in there.
It's not Disney enough for you.
Exactly. I just remember that it would come on because I think it came out when I was in high school, and it's one of those things. I feel like Miracle was around the same time. I might be off on my years on movies, but I feel like when you play a lot of high school sports, any sports movie that comes out, like that's what the coaches want you to watch when you have stuff. So like Rookie was played during like history classes and stuff all that time because they're all about sports movies. And I just remember just like, I don't know, it never held my attention, even as a story of, hey, this guy who once had a dream, who's going to go back and relive it and finally fight his way back up to the majors. It's a fun story, but it's just not a fun movie. For me, Summer Catch is very much, it's a dumb movie. Like I don't know what else to explain it as. Is it was a point in time of there were movies like this.
That
Can't
were
hardly
very
wait.
Easy.
American
super easy to sign
Pie.
up on. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just teen comedies where
Teen rom-coms.
teen rom-coms where all your teams are getting close to 30, but still we're going to push it as they're in high school, fresh out of there. Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to be in all of them. It's what Matthew Lillard's going to strive off of until he becomes the voice of Shaggy for the rest of his career. But it was very formulaic. It's very just not funny, joke heavy, just and then there's some just very paint by numbers, love story thrown in there too. The baseball is not realistic at all.
What's her name? Like Penny Chatworth or something?
Yeah, I think so. The only saving grace for Summer Catch is the fact that Cam has you've been to the ball. What you have a relation we talked about last time we talked with the movie. was you'd been to there, you had called games there.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, I worked in the Cape League for 2 years. And I called game. I was probably the one who coined the term, the Freddie Prinze curse on the Chatham A's, who have not won a Cape League championship since 2001, which was the year that this came out. So I have something of a connection with both of these. I used to cover the high school that Dennis Quaid worked at, that Jim Morris in real life worked at, in The Rookie. And they don't really portray it to you enough that it is in the complete middle of fucking nowhere. Man, it's almost 2 hours from Odessa to go out and cover. Reagan County was actually the name of the school, Reagan County Owls. It is in Big Lake, Texas, though. And with the Cape League, I grew up going to the Cape League. I still go to the Cape League. I love everything about the Cape League. And both these movies suck. But what I will say, to give a benefit of the doubt to Summer Catch, is in terms of like the style of living in the Cape League, they actually get a lot of things right. You know, they have the anxiety of, you're one of those guys that comes in at the beginning of the season and then you get cut because the guys who are coming from Omaha are here to play. There's getting used to wood bats and how humbling that is. There's, living with the MILF host family mom, or trying to get a fake ID, or having to have a job. It's like all of those things are what makes the Cape League unique. And so I love that they do that. What I don't like at all is it's not filmed on the Cape. It's not using any of those facilities. It is, by the way, clearly in the Carolinas. When you watch it, there's no Spanish moss on Cape Cod. There's none of that. And it's very obviously like that. And I'm just like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to. You had everything else right, and then you pull this shit. I'm guessing so that they could film in the winter, if I had to guess. But this is the toughest one because they both suck. And it might come down to, I said about Angels in the Outfield, I have more fun watching it. And part of it is laughing at it. I have more fun watching Summer Catch because it's easier to laugh at. We laugh at Angus T. Jones in fucking The Rookie. Like, no, it's just kind of there. It's another one that's definitely like, sports movies never get real Oscar buzz, but this was like outside chance we can get some Oscar buzz here. Because it's going to be sappy and all this shit and Texas Rangers and all that. So I'm going to pick The Rookie, which shouldn't be happening, but I am going to pick The Rookie, Zach, because I know I can have more fun laughing at Summer Catch and how ridiculous it is. And the fact that they thought, we're going to get Freddie Prinze Jr. to star in this movie, and it's going to be a hit. And Jessica Biel's hot. I mean, what can I say?
So then
she's no Kate Winslet, but
our Mount Rushmore.
This is there. And if you had told me before today, without knowing the matchups, that Summer Catch wouldn't be on this, I'd have been stunned. But
I think it's just the matchup. It's like the NCAA tournament.
Yep. It's like that team that gets to the conference finals just because that's how it matched up.
Yep. So there you go.
There it is.
It's our baseball.
Major League 3 is the worst of all those.
Oh, absolutely.
But I probably would still have a little bit more fun watching it than Trouble with the Curve. But I gotta be honest, just basically the worst of the worst is Major League 3. Back to the minors.
For sure.
Starring
Scott Bakula. It's not his fault.
No, he does fine. He does fine in that movie. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the week. How about that?
I like that.
I'm gonna send you on with your weekend.
Yeah, I gotta hang out with your old pal.
Yeah, tell Mostly I said hey.
All right, we'll do. I know we're gonna talk about. I know what we're gonna talk about. I've heard him talk about it till 1 o'clock in the morning last night. So now we got to talk about it some more.
Fun.
All right, I'm done complaining. We're getting to the weekend. I'm getting out of here.
All right, well that does it. That's gonna do it for us today and for the week that was on the Cam Show. Thank you to Kate Winslet, and thank you to everyone that tuned in. Again, live high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. So like and subscribe if you like Kate Winslet's ass too. And we will see you on Monday on another edition of a little ditty that we like to call The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. We understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit TwoSains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.